So we're up here in swampland, northern Michigan, and we're doing a big survey. It's 320 acres, but we gotta basically survey almost 2 full sections to figure out the boundary. It's gonna end up being a conservation easement when we're all said and done. So right now I'm hiking across this clear cut. It was the easiest way. It's still a half-mile hike to the corner I'm trying to get to, but it was just easier walking through here than through the woods. So I got a 6-foot long pipe because the corner I'm going to is in a swamp. I don't know how wet it is. If it's super soft, I'm gonna have to set this. I also have a bar in my bag here. I have a pair of waders in my bag. I got a finder and a shovel to look for a existing corner. Got my GPS. I think that's about it that I have with me. So I'm just hiking back here. I have an old survey from the early 1900s. It calls out a stake. Should be a wooden stake, like a cedar post or tamarack post or whatever they were using back then. I'm gonna look for that. There's a chance it's there, but there's a small chance I'll actually find it because it's probably underwater. So anyways, that's what I'm doing. I'll update you as I go, let you know if I find anything. Later today I gotta cross a big old beaver dam, so I'll probably take you along for that. All right, enough rambling, let's go. Holy shit, this is thick. Oh my god. There's steam coming off my head. I'm sweating. Okay. Problem is, these are prescription sunglasses. I can't see without them, but I also can't see with them because they're fogging up. And it's like halfway dark in here. So I made a big mistake by wearing these. I made it to the spot. All right, I'm gonna look for that stake that I mentioned. I'll let you know if I find anything. So this is what it looks like out here. I mean you can just see it's thick. There's ground cover everywhere. I'm looking around this area for an old stake, but I mean, how are you ever gonna find an old wooden stake in this? All right, I thought I was onto something here. I got myself a pretty good sized hole. I found like 2 little stones. They weren't really by each other. But I was thinking, why would there be stones buried out in the swamp? But I guess, I don't know. That's where stones live, I guess, is underground. They're not really big enough to be something that a surveyor would have set, and they weren't. Like when I first hit them, I thought maybe there was like a pile of stones potentially surrounding like a stake, but I think they were just random small stones. When you farm an area, like stones just keep getting pushed up from underneath, so I don't think it was anything that was put there by a surveyor. I didn't find any woody material from like an old stake. I dug a pretty good sized hole. I'll show it to you. So there's my boot for reference. Pretty good sized hole, a couple feet across. I found a stone, so I dug this hole. That's probably 2 feet deep. You can see how you get from like the dark topsoil down into like almost like a muddy sand, like sandy clay stuff. The hole is filling with water. I took a scoop and I found what I thought could have been like the stake, but I'm pretty sure it was just a rotten branch that was laying on the ground that ended up on my shovel. But I tried. I don't think it's worth my efforts any farther. All right, I'm gonna pound that pipe in. All right, I'm out of the thick stuff, back out to the clear cut. Almost a half-mile walk back to the truck. Then I'm off to my next corner. Check out the size of that beaver lodge. It's just one giant swamp out here. Headed to my next corner. I got about, I don't know, 1,000 feet to go to get to my next corner. And so there's this big beaver lodge here. This is all dammed up. You can kind of see right along this edge, like that. That's all where the beaver has it all dammed up. So we were here a few weeks ago and there actually wasn't this much vegetation. Like you could kind of see the ground in spots. It is amazing the work that the beavers have put into this place. Like this dam right here, like it is solid. Like you could probably walk on it with tennis shoes on, like right on the berm. It is like impenetrable by the water. There's spots where the water's kind of flowing over it and around it. And that's how the water gets down the river, or down the stream, I guess. But once I get past this and I get out into that brush right there, that is super, super thick. I just came through that stuff. So this out here isn't bad. Once I get into the thick stuff, it is horrible. So there's really no way to film it. I should have brought my GoPro with like a head mount. That would have been a good way to kind of show how thick this place is. It is not going to be fun. I'm actually seeing some fish out in here, which is kind of cool. I don't know exactly what they are. They're about 6 inches long. You could probably catch them with a rod and reel. Cool project. Glad to be a part of it. So this is how thick the vegetation is. I came through right there. I'm in chest waders. And this is what I'm walking in. It is just slop. I gotta go 1/4 mile through this crap with chest waders on, carrying stuff. Not cool. So you know in a cartoon how people that are allergic to something get in whatever they're allergic to and they just keep sneezing and sneezing and sneezing? That's me right now. Oh my god. That's probably like the 12th or 14th sneeze. Like, I'm not joking, this is bad. These things are all over the place. I got them on my hat. I got them on my bag. Got them on my clothes. It's all part of the experience, as they say. I wish you guys could all be here with me. Alright, got my second corner set for the day. Right down there. Man, I'm so far out here, pretty much by myself. There's 2 other guys on this project today, but we kind of split up into 2 different crews. I went solo to try to get all these corners set. There are like 12 or 13 corners that we need set, and I've only gotten 2 so far, and it's almost 11 o'clock. I was talking to one of the landowners across the road when I first set up the GPS, and he goes, "Man, you are going on an adventure," and he wasn't lying. He said since he's lived here, he's seen 3 bears and stuff. He goes, "Man, that is so vast out in there." He goes, "You know, there's a chance you see a bear if you spend enough time. There's tons of wildlife." I really haven't seen much, a couple deer and stuff like that, but it's kind of crazy to be out here solo, but it's fun. It's an adventure. I'm sweaty. There's bugs. I got waders on. I can barely move. I'm carrying a bunch of weight. I just can't wait to get back to the truck right now. Oh my god. I've never been so happy to make it back to the truck. I don't know if I really portrayed how shitty those conditions are. I mean, yeah, you could tell it was thick and swampy, but I was really only filming when I got to a spot where I could rest. You weren't really seeing the actual traveling that was taking place. It was just so thick, the ground was so soft. The one time I fell up to my waist in muck. I caught myself with the GPS so I wouldn't completely tip over. And when I tried to get out of it, my whole leg was like suctioned in the swamp, and I got this bag on my back, so I like almost laid on my belly to try to get my heel to unsuction. I finally got out, and yeah, you guys are only seeing like the break spots. I wish I could have portrayed the actual traveling that took place. I've hiked now over 1.5 miles, I think almost 2 miles. Half of that was in waders through just the thickest crap ever. Sorry, allergies. Become a surveyor, they said. It'll be fun. Get to spend time outside. No, I really do enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. As much as I complain about this project, it's a cool job. One time I was working for a guy. I was still in school. I had a summer position, and we were out doing some staking or something in just the worst, thickest brush ever, and the mosquitoes were as bad as I've ever seen them. He goes, "I can't believe you're going to school for this shit." Yeah, I mean, I get where he was coming from, but it is a pretty cool job. How'd you like to get bit by that thing? The afternoon's going a hair better. I at least got my work boots back on. I'm just out in the woods here. Problem is now, GPS doesn't really want to work, so I'm kind of fighting with that. It's not the canopy either. It's the actual radio signal, not the GPS signal. So I'm just kind of waiting for that to start working. Yeah, this one just falls in the woods, not too bad. I think I got like 1 or 2 more that I'm planning on doing today that aren't as bad as those first 2, so that's good. Best news ever. This guy's let me cross his property to access one of the corners I got to get to. He told me I could drive across it, so it's going to save me about 1/2 mile of walking. I'll take it. Well, the day's getting better. I think I'm out of the swamps for the day. I'm up on solid ground now. I got 1 more corner to set. I gotta check my maps and stuff, and I gotta check with the other crew to see if they have any corners left. But I think we got way more done than we anticipated. So it went well. It went very well. All right, I'll check in when I get to the corner. RTK data link down. Just got the last corner set. You can see the ribbon in the tree right there. Feels good to be done. It's been a long day, been up since 4. I'll see you on the next video.